Hello and welcome to another update video about the Near protocol. I think the Near protocol could be very, very big in 2022 and could outperform a lot of other cryptocurrencies. I currently don't own any Near. I probably should do, and I will do. I'm gonna buy some Near. It's currently at an incredible price. Yes, the price could drop a little bit further, but I think the potential is just huge. It is a very, very interesting project. I did cover it before in detail, so I'm not going to talk about it in much more detail, but I think it's very important to understand what the Near protocol actually is. So the Near protocol is basically, you could call it an Ethereum killer, or at least competitor. The mainnet has been running for more than a year now. And the developer team sits in San Francisco, Russian developing team, but they sit in San Francisco. It is backed by reputable venture capital firm companies. For example, we've got here Coinbase Ventures in there, and more. There are various venture capital firms that have invested here, and overall millions of dollars have been invested in the Near protocol. And also they have announced or launched a $800 million fund. That was end of October. They did announce that, and that boosted the price back then. So all of this development is not happening without reason. The Near protocol is working on a very fast, decentralized, very safe blockchain, which is very developer friendly, and that is their goal. So, they want to give developers the possibility to develop the apps within minutes with various programming languages, and they just want to make it very, very developer friendly. And this is really the key. We can see it with Cardano that unfortunately the developer, the programming language is not the most popular one. So the Haskell or Plutus programming language, it is, it's good. It's got a lot of advantages, but it is not the most widespread programming language in the world, which has made it quite difficult for some developers to really get to grips with it and to use the programming language. So yeah, there are ways around it, and Cardano are working on that, and people learn it as well, but it is just not the most popular one. And the Near protocol, they want to use various programming languages, or they are, and that is why I think it has a lot of advantages over other cryptocurrencies or blockchains. So I think the hype is only just starting about Near. It has it has gone up already quite a bit, but I think it will go up much further in 2022. This could really become, maybe the Solana of 2022. Just look at what Solana did in 2021. Couldn't Near do that next year? We can already see the interest here of buyers, because after my last video, when I said this is starting to look very bullish, as we managed to get back into the channel here, we also did go above all these EMAs. We broke above them, then did retest them, and as the retest was successful, there was a huge pump. Now that was pump and dump, however you want to call it, or an institutional investor who went in there big. That drove up the price within a few minutes by, let's just take a look where we started here at around $10. So we went all the way up to 80% to the upside within minutes. Now that was dumped again, but that all happened within minutes. So, but the interest is there, I don't know if someone made money or just bought a lot of cryptos, bought a lot of Near. We can see the volume here certainly, and from time to time you get these spikes here, and I think we had it before. That is when people are going in, and overall, we have seen a positive impact here on the price. It is also holding really well in the current Bitcoin drop, and I think Near is really only getting started. Yes, it could drop further. I think it could. No reason why not, because I expect other cryptos to drop overall as well, together with Bitcoin going below 30K. But that recent pump here, or let's just go. What do we go to? No, we go to the recent high. I'm not counting that huge pump in there now at the moment, but it probably will also have an effect on the market sentiment, which is, we shouldn't neglect it fully. Sometimes a pump like that can move the market into a certain direction. That's not, we shouldn't neglect it. But overall, we came all the way up here earlier in the year. That was, I think, after they announced that huge growth fund. We made a new all-time high of around $13. We are now, we haven't dropped that much. I mean, compared to VeChain has dropped much more, from I think 18 cents to around 6 cents now, and we only dropped from near only dropped from 13.50 down to around, you know, here $6, so around 50% drop. That was less than, for example, VeChain dropped. Yeah, so it's holding fairly well, has also recovered, which VeChain hasn't really. So it has recovered a little bit, and obviously made actually a new all-time high, if you want to count that, you know, strictly it is a new all-time high. So we made a new all-time high, which is very interesting, and basically confirmed what I said, that this is looking bullish, but it was to a degree either manipulation or just an institutional investor who went in here. If you know another reason for that, let me know. But overall, I think NIR came all the way down to the 0.618 fib level. That could have been the low, because since then we have seen a higher low here, a higher low here, and it's starting to look really good. Yes, we have retraced now in that latest move here to the downside. We have retraced again, but we see the first green candle emerging again. And as I said, I think the hype is getting started. I mean, I see it when I as a creator get a lot of messages about NIR, and it happened before with other cryptos. When I get a lot of messages, you can see the sentiment changing, and that also confirms to me that a lot of people are interested in NIR, and this could be the next big thing. I mean, it was big already, you know, it did already go up quite a bit, but I think we can see much higher prices here. Also looking at what might be possible for 2022, looking here at the extension levels, I think definitely $20. I think that is without a question for me personally, and that is no promise or anything, it's only my view. What I think, based on my assumption that the Bitcoin or the crypto market next year will have another bull run to new all-time highs, I think we can definitely see a 20, 25, maybe even $30 NIR, maybe even higher. You know, maybe NIR does really do a $50 or $60, $70. That is possible. Also by market cap, that would be possible. Especially if we make new all-time highs with other cryptos. So generally also looking, let's take a look on the weekly MACD here. This has only just started to drop actually, so we need to be a bit careful here. The RSI has gone down quite a bit already, but we've had a bearish divergence here on the weekly RSI, so making higher highs here, making lower highs on the RSI. So yeah, that materialized in dropping prices, and the MACD here on the weekly is also dropping, only just started. So we might see lower prices going forward, but what I'm going to do, because prices are still quite good, I think, and we are going to see NIR really perform very well in the next year, I think, I'm going to start to dollar cost average in quite soon here. I'm also going to put up some buy orders that I'm going to set here for lower prices on Discord for channel members. But overall, I think if we drop further, and for example, you know, if I expect Bitcoin to drop below 30K, I would expect the NIR protocol to also go down to lower levels, maybe here the $6 level. That would be again the 0.618 fib level, but more realistically, if Bitcoin does a 50% drop or 45%, we could even go down here to the $4 level. So we could get something in the range here between the 0.786 level and the 0.618, possibly even here the 0.887 fib level. That is what many other cryptos have done as well. And looking at that, we've already hit this, you know, we have come down to the 0.618, and this is just based on, you know, what have other cryptos done, looking at the fib levels from the low, from the beginning of this cycle to the high, the typical fib levels for altcoins, but many altcoins have gone down to the 0.786 or maybe even the 0.887 fib. So NIR hasn't done that, and NIR looks particularly strong at the moment, but I think it could come down once more lower if Bitcoin does that drop. The only thing that could, that could lead NIR to avoid that is if Bitcoin does a move up first before it comes down. That is the B wave to the upside before the C wave down for Bitcoin. And you can check out my Bitcoin videos. I just published one before this video. If it does that, then I think NIR could climb high enough to really get a buffer between the lower fib levels here. But then again, why not? You know, why not having a $4 NIR, possibility to buy in a lot and then bringing all the indicators down? Yeah, especially here on the weekly, the RSI and the MACD, especially the MACD needs to come down lower to be able to then reset these indicators and then go up higher. Definitely. But I'm going to start dollar cost average in. I think it is a crypto that I don't have in my portfolio yet. I really like to have, and currently prices are okay. You know, never buy at an all-time high. I don't do that. No financial advice, but I don't do that. Only in very rare circumstances I do it. But I generally wait for a retracement, and I think NIA is doing that now. But it's starting to dollar cost average in a crypto where I believe it will be very big next year. I don't have a problem with at the current prices, because if I talk about a $20, $25, or even $30, or maybe even $50 NIA next year, it doesn't matter if I buy at $8 or $6 or $4. Yeah, sort of it matters, but you know, it could also go up from here straight away. But my primary expectation would be that we will once more see one of these fib levels hit within this current cycle before we then go up. So hopefully you liked the update video about the NIA protocol. If you did, please smash the like button and subscribe. And if you really like the content, maybe consider joining as a channel member. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.